This is Support is Sexy, episode 197. Stop shrinking. Welcome to Support is Sexy. I'm your host, Elayne Fluker, entrepreneur, author, and founder of Chic Rebellion Media. 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, I interview inspiring women entrepreneurs who share their wins and their lessons to help you take your business and your life to the next level and create something sexy. Here we go. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Marianne Williamson. I was inspired to share that passage with you all today. I have a portion of it on my vision board, and you've probably heard pieces of it quoted here and there from Marianne Williamson, spiritual teacher. And the inspiration to share that came to me today because I had conversations about, thoughts about, even feelings about this idea of shrinking. And I wanted to present that to you in case you are going through a period in your life where you feel like you may be fighting against this idea of shrinking. Shrinking, as Marianne Williamson said, so that other people can feel more comfortable. Shrinking so that you could feel more comfortable staying out of the light that is really meant for you. Shrinking for all kinds of reasons, believing what other people say about you or what other people think is possible. There's a whole lot of reasons that we all start to shrink or give in to shrinking. Today's episode is about stop shrinking. I want you to go back if you have to, listen to that passage again from Marianne Williamson, find the original from her online, whatever you have to do to battle this idea of shrinking. Because, as you know, you were meant to be great. You were meant to create something sexy, something fantastic, something that fills you up in this world. There is no reason to shrink. You are meant to step into whatever light is meant for you. You are meant to create that thing. You are meant to experience that thing. You know that it's in you. And the only reason that you would shrink is because either you're afraid to move forward or you're believing what someone else has said about you not moving forward. And as I said, I had some conversations that pushed me to think about shrinking. This idea of shrinking pushed me to challenge myself not to shrink. And what I thought about were really there's usually 3 reasons that most of us give in to shrinking or the idea of shrinking. 1, fear. Of course, we're afraid to move forward. We're afraid to be big, afraid to do that thing that we envision for all kinds of reasons. But all of it is, what is fear, right? False evidence appearing real. We come up with the fantasy of what could potentially happen if we do that thing or what people may say if we do that thing and all of these other things that have not happened. We've made them all up in our mind. Usually it's not because we're basing it on something that we've been through and we're fearful that that would happen again. Most of the time, stepping into these things, we're shrinking from it because of fear of the unknown. But we have to be willing to face that fear, not shrink, and do it afraid. Another reason a lot of us shrink, comparison. As people say, we're busy comparing our chapter 1 to other people's chapter 20, which does not make sense. You are where you are. Everyone else is where they are, whether they're ahead of you, behind you, right next to you. Comparison is death. Do not waste time comparing yourself to other people to the point where it pushes you to cause yourself to shrink, to not do that thing that you're meant to do because you're so caught up in comparison. Whether comparison is numbers, money, education, appearance, whatever it is. Plus, all of those things that I just mentioned, all of those things can change at any time. So you never know where you're going to be a year from now, 2 years from now, etc. Don't get caught up in comparison. As another one of my favorite quotes says, start where you are Use what you have, do what you can. And that is from the tennis great Arthur Ashe. Start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. Don't get caught up in comparison to other people. Don't let that push you to shrink. And another reason that causes us to allow ourselves to shrink, past failures. We've talked about failures before on the podcast. They happen. They are a part of life. They are certainly a part of business. Most businesses have a period, a time, an experience, sometimes more than one, where there will be some sort of failure, some sort of lesson. We have to see them as lessons. So because of failure, whatever we've experienced, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's in business, if it has failed, we might be a little nervous about moving forward with that new thing, that new vision, that new idea, that new product, that new service, that new school, new job, new opportunity, new relationship. We may shrink from it because of past failures. And we want to keep ourselves safe from any kind of rejection or heartache or anything else that, again, we think could potentially, possibly, maybe, could be, go wrong. Don't shrink from it. Move toward it. Move toward the thing that you know you are meant to do. Move toward the vision. Move toward the relationship that feels like it's right for you, that you've experienced in a way that maybe you've never experienced before, which could also frighten you. Don't shrink from it. Be your full self. And this is, again, inspired by conversations that I've been having lately, inspired by thoughts about my own way of being. Do not shrink. You are meant to do this. Do not doubt yourself. Or you know what? You're human. You might have doubts. You definitely have fears. We all have fear of failure. We all have moments maybe of comparison. We all have moments of thinking about things that didn't work out in the past. The key is do not shrink. And again, as Marianne Williamson says, there is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Stop shrinking. It is your time to shine. Now, until next time, go out there, create something sexy, do not shrink, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.